Hey everyone, my name is Joanne. I'm coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #unicornboss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, make sure you hit me up with some unicorn emojis because those are my jam. If you're catching me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're grabbing me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So I'm super excited. We're going to be doing a quick and easy keto kitchen tonight, you guys. This is some soul food. This is some comfort food. And we're going to be doing a spin on spaghetti. So who loves spaghetti? So if you love spaghetti, go ahead and comment spaghetti below or leave me the spaghetti emoji. I know there's some of those on there. I checked earlier. I see a bunch of you guys jumping online. Welcome. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. If you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new below so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. And if we're not friends yet, go ahead and send me a friend request and click follow. And if you're keto, go ahead and comment keto below and let me know how long you've been on the journey. I would love to give you a shout out if you're brand new at keto and encourage you along in your journey. So I see a bunch of people online. Let me go ahead and say hi to a few people real quick. Hi Jerica, hi Amberly, hi Michelle, hi Sandy, welcome. So super excited you guys. I'm gonna be doing a quick and easy keto kitchen tonight. Who here loves spaghetti? If you love spaghetti, go ahead and comment spaghetti below. I see that Amberly loves spaghetti. Hey Matt, thanks for joining. And if you love spaghetti squash, go ahead and let me know what some of your favorite ways are to make spaghetti squash. I love how quick and easy and delicious it is. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be super quick, you guys. Welcome, Sandy. So Sandy says she's new at keto. Welcome. Get ready, girl, because ever since I've gone keto, I've been keto since October for those of you that are brand new and just getting to know me, and I absolutely love it. It's completely changed my life. I've lost a bunch of weight. I feel awesome. My anxiety and depression has gone away, and it's just like completely changed my life forever. So hey Juliet, hey everybody, so thanks for joining. Okay, so we're doing a 3-ingredient twice baked spaghetti squash. This is a super simple, easy recipe. I apologize if I seem a little bit off tonight. I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather. I think it's my allergies, I'm not sure, but I'm a little off my game. Usually I'm a little bit more high vibe than this, so for that I apologize. So this is 3 simple, easy ingredients, so you can see that even if you're not feeling so hot, even if you've got a big family to care for, this is something that you can knock out in no time. So let me go over the macros with you real quick, and this could vary. It really just depends on what size spaghetti squash you have. So I looked online, the average 4-pound spaghetti squash has about 5 cups total in it. So that's how I kind of configured the macros on this recipe here, and I went ahead and just plugged it into my Senza app. Right? 3 ingredients. Perfect. Quick and easy. Yes, and for those of you that follow my journey, make sure you go ahead and add me on Snapchat. I'm going to be in New York City tomorrow and doing some really fun things, so you can follow me along in my adventures on the day tomorrow. So I'm really excited because I'm going to Nintendo World, and that's one of my favorite things. Okay, let me get back to the spaghetti squash here. So for your macros, this is going to be about 6 servings roughly, depending on how big your squash is. Calories are super low. It's only 109 calories. The carbs are a little high. It depends on how much spaghetti squash you've got here. So this is about 10 or 11 grams of carbs per serving, and then 7 grams of total protein and 3 grams of total fat. So one thing I'll be honest with you guys is on this recipe that I don't like is that it's low on the fat. So for those of you that are keto, you know how important it is and how vital it is to get your healthy fats into your day, so that way you can lose weight and that way you can burn fat, because it takes fat to burn fat. It's super important. So this is more of like a comfort food dish, and I bet you there are a ton of ways that you could jazz it up to get a little bit more fat in here, especially if you added a cream sauce, especially if you added some meat to this. So there are tons of ways you can customize this, which I encourage you to play around with and do so. This right here is pretty much as is, nice and quick and easy. Hey Jen, thanks for joining. Hi Irene. Andrew says he loves spaghetti. Awesome. So you're in the right place then. Okay, so what I did was I've already cleaned out my spaghetti squash. So once you have it done roasting, you just basically scoop out the middle. It's kind of like got the more slimy strands in the middle there, along with all of your seeds. So this is what we're looking like right here. I like to, how do you guys like to cook your spaghetti squash? Good Lord, I can't even say that. How do you guys like to cook it? You can definitely roast it in the oven with some olive oil. It takes a very long time though. It takes almost an hour, about maybe 40 minutes, 40 to 60 minutes. So I've got a cool little hack that I like to do when I'm making my spaghetti squash. I actually just poke a bunch of holes in it and I cook it for about, I don't know, let's see here, I do about 12 minutes in the microwave, depending on the size. So this, you can see this was not a terribly huge spaghetti squash here, and I cooked it about 11 minutes. Make sure you poke the holes in it, that way it doesn't explode in your microwave, but it steams in there nice and quickly and easy. Once it comes out, I just cut the ends off. This is the easiest way to do it. After trying it so many different ways, you guys, this is like, I've got it down to a science now. So while it's together, you cut your ends off, and then you just slice down the middle, and you can open it up very nicely here, and then you scoop out the insides, and you can let it cool down because it's incredibly hot once it comes out after it's been steaming. So the next step is we're basically going to empty out the spaghetti squash to make the mixture. So, oh, I missed a seed. That always happens to me. Does that happen to you guys? So while I'm kind of getting this out of the spaghetti squash here, feel free to tell me how your day was. Happy Thursday, everyone. How was everyone's day today? How did the day go? What was everyone up to? It was technically my Friday because I'm off tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to be going on a trip to New York City, so I'm super excited. So my day couldn't go by fast enough. Okay, so you can see it's very easy to just scoop out these strands here and get going. So, hey everybody, I'm looking to see if there's any comments. Everybody's quiet tonight, that's totally okay. And I apologize, I'm a little bit under the weather. I don't know what's wrong, I'm not feeling so hot. I think it's my allergies. I couldn't get my eyes to stop tearing. The allergies are really bad here in New York right now. I don't know if anybody else is suffering from some really bad seasonal allergies. But I put off going on camera almost an hour tonight because I was trying to get my eyes to stop tearing. It's so bad. All right, so I'm just scraping this out, and then we're just gonna make a nice little sauce and put it all together, and then we're gonna put it back in the shell here, and we're gonna basically throw it in the oven and bake it. So like I said, this is a super comforting, easy, quick recipe. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be a little bit low on the fat end, but that's okay. Normally I'm eating enough fats throughout my day that having a meal like this where it's just a little bit higher in carbs, it's not that big of a deal. So, got through her first week of culinary school. Congrats, Jerica. I'm so happy to hear it. Oh my gosh, Candace grows a ton of spaghetti squash. That is awesome. And congrats on it being your Friday as well, sister. Woohoo! Nice, Jen. So you're pretty close to New York City, huh? It takes us about 2 hours roughly, like an hour and a half to get there on the train. We usually take the train down, so it's a nice, relaxing ride. I personally like taking the train down. My boyfriend hates it, and if he's on the video, I'm sure he will tell you how much he hates it right now. But I don't know, I love it. I love not having the hassle of driving down there, and it just can be very stressful. So I like taking the train down and looking out the window and taking a little nap and just having it be stress-free. So... Yeah, Matt, oh, you always say it's an hour, but it's always longer than that. It's about an hour and a half on the train, especially if the train is moving slowly. Last time it took us about 2 hours to get down because the train was like not moving. I'm not sure why. So, all right, so we're almost got everything out here. So that looks pretty good. I don't want to like literally scrape the actual shell, but I've got most of the spaghetti squash out. So it's pretty empty. So for this one here, I don't think this is personally 5 grams of total, sorry, not 5 grams, 5 cups of total spaghetti squash. Looks like 2.5 to me. So the carbs would actually be way lower on the macros for this serving right here. And you can see my shells are nice and empty. So that's what we've got going on here. So there's a bunch of different ways you can make this, of course, but it calls for anywhere from 1/2 cup to 1 cup of pasta sauce. So I've got 1 cup in here. I'm sure I don't need this much. So I'm just gonna try putting half in and kind of stir it around and see what it looks like. Before I throw that in there though, real quick, I do wanna talk about the spaghetti sauce because it is important. There are a lot of sauces out there that have sugar in them. So make sure you're going with something all natural and and really simple. I like the one from Hunt's, just like a simple Hunt's puree. If you look at the back, you'll see that the sugars that are in here are just from the tomatoes themselves. It's just got tomato puree, water, tomato paste, salt, and citric acid. So this is completely all natural, no added sugars. So this is not going to damage your ketosis and your fat burn state. I also discovered something really, really cool. So if you want to jazz it up, because this one here is 100% natural and plain. So normally I have to add some spices to it just so it's not like plain tomatoes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not like a super tomato fan. I know, sacrilegious, especially being Italian, but I miss like really nice spaghetti sauces from when, you know, I was, you know, when your grandmother would cook it all day and it would be roasting. But if you want to go with a pre-made sauce, I just discovered this one and it's pretty fantastic. It's made by Bertolli and it's brand new. It says right on here, no artificial flavors or colors and no added sugar. So pretty cool. It's a little bit more of a chunkier sauce. It's got same thing as the Hunt's. The only sugars that are in here come from the tomatoes naturally themselves, so no added sugar, which is really exciting. And it's just basically got tomatoes, tomato puree. They add in some mushroom and red bell pepper, some olive oil and onions. So it's got some garlic and spices and some things in here to make it taste a little bit more like a real sauce, which I love. So super excited that I found that one. So make sure you guys check it out in case you are curious. So let me go ahead and add some sauce to here, and we're just going to start stirring it around. See how much we need in here. How many of you guys love like just a real nice homemade spaghetti sauce? I know I sure do. So I actually have never made this before. I've seen it done tons of times, and it's always so simple that I'm like, you know, why would I do that? It just seems like, I don't know, almost like sometimes I like to overthink things. Does anybody struggle from that? I know I do. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so sometimes I think if things are like too easy that they're not going to be that good. I don't know if anybody else kind of thinks that way, but I get skeptical. I'm just like, that's too easy. It can't be that simple. So I think that looks pretty good. You could put even a little bit more. What I'm gonna do is just, I'm just gonna start to fill it back in here because this is the whole point of this. It's a twice baked spaghetti squash. So let me go ahead and get my pan, and I'm gonna put the shell right on here. And then I'm just gonna fill it back up. And then we're gonna top it with some cheese, and that's it. Like literally that quick and easy, so good. So I'm not sure if I'll have enough to fill both of these. I read some reviews about this, and sometimes after you take it out of the shell, sometimes it will only fill one of the halves back up. So we'll kind of see how it does here. No, I think I'll be able to at least get some in the other shell and see how it does. Almost got it. So I think that looks pretty cool. I'm going to just put a teeny tiny bit of sauce right on top here, like this. And then I'm gonna top it with a bunch of nice mozzarella, and then we're gonna bake it. So actually this looks really good. I'm actually more impressed than what I saw on the actual recipe itself. What do you think, you guys? Has anybody made anything like this before? I love spaghetti squash. I've done a keto kitchen for spaghetti squash, making a spaghetti squash casserole, and I believe it had lots of cheese and cream, and it had broccoli in there. So if you enjoy spaghetti squash, make sure you circle back around and check out that other recipe that I did, because I absolutely loved that one. It's one of my favorites, and it's so easy. It's definitely a go-to recipe of mine on my keto journey. And this is about a cup of cheese here. And you could customize it. You could put any cheese on here that you wanted. I'm gonna use it all because I like cheese. So there we go. That is it. Just checking to see how long we need to cook it. So thanks for the love, Muddy Cruz. I think it looks amazing. So let's see here. It's really quick on the bake. It's only gonna bake for about 7 to 9 minutes until the cheese is melted, bubbly, and slightly brown, and you would serve it directly from the shell. So I think this is pretty cool. So let me lift it up so you guys can see it. Holy cow, this is hot, sorry. But it looks delicious and it's really amazing. And if you take the time to steam it in the microwave like I suggested for about 10 or 11 minutes, it cuts out that whole hour of roasting time. So you could literally have dinner made in what, like 20 minutes, like so easy. And most of that is the bake time. So I'm really, really excited. So when we get all done here, I always do a live tasting on my page. So make sure you send me a friend request if we're not friends yet, and circle back around to check out what the final product looks like here. I'm just checking out what Candace is saying. Looks delicious. Coconut oil and pepper. Delicious. Awesome. So thank you all so much for the love. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you enjoy my page and you like what the recipe that I did tonight, make sure you share this out to your friends and family. I so appreciate the love and support. Thank you all so much. Make sure you follow along with me tomorrow on my journey in the city, and I will be back here tomorrow, and I will see you guys again. Thanks. Take care. Have a great night.